So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Can't sleep. I'm used to early morning podcast streams, but this one's a little earlier just because I can't sleep. So I wanted to clear the air too, right? For any game, I'm sure a lot of you know about right now, and I'm hoping that's why. Aside from the fact that I've been playing these games a long time, and I'd like to think that people have, well, I know based on feedback that people have got help from the videos I provide, and that's the angle I want to go for. That's why I like sharing the things I do, because I'm gonna play regardless. I'm an actual player. I don't look at this like a business. A lot of these content creators do, and that's where you'll see a lot of the clickbait, a lot of the nonsense that people try to, or these content creators try to like share things that people will surely watch, and speak in a way that people will surely watch, and it could be complete BS, right? Let me think of one, like insane new eFootball update. Watch how amazing this is. You must watch this. Guys, this game is so good. Stay tuned so you can see all these amazing things. I got some stuff to show you that you've never seen in any other channel. Just wait for it. Just whatever they can to get clicks and views and stuff like that. And they'll kind of see what's hitting, and if the videos are hitting for the positive stuff with eFootball, then everything's going to be, this game's amazing. If they're getting a ton of views for, saying that the game's not good, then it doesn't matter if the game's good, bad, or whatever. They're going to constantly say it's bad. It's just whatever gets the clicks and views, because that gets the money, right? That's what you see throughout a lot of, not just FC or eFootball or UFL, but any games. And that was my big problem for years, is that you quickly get to the point where you can read through the BS. And it surprises me. Like, some of these content creators have to have bots or something, man, because it's so easy to see some of the BS. There's that guy, I think it's Sanders. I'll actually show you, because I have no problem telling it how it is. I want to show you this so you can see an example of what I'm talking about. This dude has to have bots, okay? He must have bots, because, let's see, Sanders FC 26. I think it's Sanders. Let's see. Yes, this dude right here. This dude right here. It's just all, where is he? It's just all nonsense. For one, you can tell in each of the games. He'll do UFL stuff, FC stuff. I don't know if he does, yeah, eFootball. But look, he'll do stuff like this for each game, and he doesn't play the games. You can tell, and then 95% of the stuff he says is just isn't accurate. It's like he read the the new features of a game, or read about the new update, and then he'll speak from it. But then you can literally tell. If you don't quite catch what I'm saying, just watch one of his videos. It will take you about a minute to see. It's just all BS. And he's among the worst, yet he has what? 719,000 subscribers. And then he gets tons of views, and it just blows my mind. There's no knowledge of the game. He's not a good player. He doesn't have any good insight. He's not honest whatsoever. It's literally just whatever he needs to say for clicks and views. And, like, for instance, he'll do a UFL one. He doesn't even have his own UFL team. He'll sit there and say how amazing the game is, and how he's truly enjoying it. But he's using the made-up teams, because he doesn't have his own team. The whole game is based on building your own ultimate team style, like, team, right? And he doesn't even have one, which means he doesn't really play. And he'll share all this stuff. And he does that throughout each game. And so there's a lot of content creators like that. Now, why am I saying all this? Because one of the biggest like motivators for me to even do this was to share with you guys like my honest takes on these games, because I feel like there's not enough of that. And I feel like that kind of thing can actually help players, because there's different games you can play, right? And sometimes you need guidance, because you're going to invest money, you're going to invest time, and you may see certain things you like and dislike about games, but you're not sure. You haven't dove in yet, and you might not have that knowledge of like the signs to look for to know if the game's going to be good or not, right? You don't know exactly how the game works to know what's coming. And a big thing that I had to learn, for instance, eFootball. If I didn't have the community that I had to like kind of prepare me for what was coming, it could have been bad news for me in eFootball. And it kind of was at the start, but only because I wasn't listening as I should have. But I just kept spinning for players and spinning for players. And everyone's like, dude, that's all it is, man. You're probably going to wait, because you're going to want to wait because there's going to be other players like this. Like, this is all it is. And I didn't quite understand that all these players, like, even though I was blatantly told, it just didn't make sense to me or register, because every time I saw a player I liked, it's like, I'm used to FC, where you can earn the coins and go get that player. Or if there's like, maybe I can't get R9 and Hullet and Vieira, but I can definitely save up the coins, save up the fodder if there's an SBC for one of them, and get one, maybe two, maybe all three if I'm really dedicated to the game. Like this past year I played all 3 games. I wasn't really dedicated to one. But I've never seen a game like this before, like how eFootball was, because since the beginning of like the eFootball era, I've been playing FC, where you literally have to spend a chunk of change for every single player. For instance, like when I saw like these special players come out, right? At the beginning, I'm like, oh, these are the it players. Like, these are going to be the marquee players. So you spend on them and then you build your team around like other free players and stuff. No, this type of thing every single week. It's one of the biggest ripoffs you can ever imagine. Then once I started realizing it and saw the ridiculous amount of money I was putting in, even though I was speaking about it the whole time, I was like, unless you're okay with losing money, like this is stupid what I'm doing, right? I think it was like 750. I counted the money just so people knew how much. 750, 800 bucks on my first account. Then I did a like Road to Glory, tried to play for free, and I don't know how players do that. And once that went to the wayside, this is the team I have now. So trust me, I'm one of those people that was spending money even though it's the dumbest thing in the world. I got the con for free from that player pick, which was cool. They gave you a watered down like Rooney and watered down Bale and stuff like that, but at least Con and I think like Cannavaro and a couple, there's at least a few top rated picks. The rest of these though, spent money on. Okay? Even though I know it's dumb, and I said that along the way, but I quickly realized like within a few months, like, man, this is a pretty dead setup. Now, that was one of the reasons I kind of wanted to play the different games this year, because you see the things that you like from these other games that you wish FC had, but then you also see some things where you are glad that you play FC. Like, thank goodness I'm not dedicated to this, because this system in itself is dead. For one, the gambling system they have, yes, it's super addicting, it's fun, but it's the biggest rip-off ever. The fact that to get these 4 players alone, you can spend upwards of 200 bucks. That's insane. These 4. And then, a few days later, if you want these 3 Chelsea players or even just one, there's no guarantee. You could spend 100 bucks and get none of them. You could spend 100 bucks and get Lampard and Makelele, but maybe you only wanted Drogba from the start. Right? And that's the thing that wasn't registering at the beginning, is like, dude, you literally aren't guaranteed unless you spend the top dollar to get the players you want, right? Because it's a gambling system. If you're going to put as much money as you put in to get these players, there should at least be like, okay, you put 50 bucks in and you're guaranteed you can pick the player that you want. If you put 100 in, you should be able to pick or get all 3. Guaranteed. If you do want to gamble, then okay, you can do this part of it. Right, if you want to take your chance. And this is coming from someone who's had tremendous luck. If you follow my streams, you know. If not, you could go back and see, like, all my eFootball streams where I was spinning for players. I had a lot of good luck. Still the worst system ever, okay? But, like, this is what I do. I play these games, so I know that I'm part of the problem when I'm buying players. But it's almost like I want at least people... I'm not going to lie and sit here and act like this is totally normal to be spending all this money and act like it's so much fun and you should do it too. I'm going to let them know, like, this is the dumbest thing ever. Unless you have disposable income, do not do this, right? And it's the same thing with where eFootball is now. And then people will still get mad though. I feel like eFootball is worse. Every game has their fanboys, but eFootball, the players act like they are part of Konami or related to Konami, and it's like they don't want to hear the truth. It's the most insane thing ever, man. So even when I'm playing each of these games, you hear me say it about FC. Like right now, FC 25, it's unplayable. Like EA Sports should have to refund everybody because you got a couple months of good gameplay, and then besides the game being the worst ever, the gameplay's terrible. And so like I just am telling the truth about each game. You would think that people would want that more than being lied to, and I think for the most part people do. But man, you see a lot of delusion come out, and it's like it's insane to me. It's like, what do you not want to know, like the honest truth about the game? Like some people are missing certain things. Like they'll have fun, but maybe they didn't play football or they're not thinking in the right perspective, and then they hear it and they're like, man, you make a good point. Other players will be in denial. Like nobody can possibly like smart assist, right? It takes away from the player versus player. It gives AI the ability to make decisions for you. Unless you're like a lower skill player and you're okay with the fact that you're not competing to get better, you're almost using the smart assist as a crutch because it essentially blurs the skill gap between players. But there's still players out there that will deny it and play with smart assist on, even though AI is choosing everything, including what shot, what if they could aim one way and AI changes it, and then they'll still claim, oh no, it's a skill-based game, it's great. Oh no, come on, guys, let's be honest here. So I've learned that I'm just going to speak the truth. I know it's going to come off as negative sometimes, but at the end of the day, I think it's way better to do that than to BS. Like I could sit here right now while the other games are slower for the next X amount of days and say, oh, this is the best game ever, eFootball, guys, it's amazing. Then do the same when eFootball or FC 26 comes out and try to grab everyone's attention and keep the views going that way. But I'd rather be honest. So I'm sorry if it comes off as negative sometimes, but I'm just speaking the honest truth with the goal of trying to find the best football game and trying to help others find the best football game. So we're going to get into some games because eFootball is fun. I've always said that, right? When you get those passing sequences, those 1 and 2 bing, 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 bing passes, there's nothing better. But unfortunately, everything else outside of that is bad and it keeps going in the wrong direction. That's just the truth. The update definitely improved the game, but it's still, it's still a bad game. That's just the truth, right? It's not a competitive football game. It's just not. If you're looking for a true football simulation, there's too much nonsense that takes away from, one, the competition between your opponent if you're not playing AI, because the AI is basically helping your opponent, and then two, too much non-football nonsense, right? The defensive system, the lack of dynamic shooting, the ridiculous power-ups for passes and shots that allows the souped-up defense to come and chase you down, and half the time the tackles, like I've said in a post and other videos, half the time the tackles in eFootball aren't from good defensive plays, right? They're simply from the attacker, like looking to pass or shoot and not having enough time, right? The power-up takes too long and the player is able to zip in. It's ridiculous. So I've been trying to avenge the only loss I had since the update. It's in this Japanese cup thing, and no one's playing this damn thing, which I don't blame them. But it's like, it's just Konami being Konami. Why would they release this as the first PvP event for their new big update? It's insane. So let me get a drink and then we'll try to find a match here. If not, we'll go to the other PvP event. Alright. Doubt I'll find a match here because I haven't been, but yeah. I just want to clear the air because I speak honestly about every game. It's just whenever it's about eFootball, people get all up in arms. Some of them. They have the most, but I can't, back down because some people don't like hearing the truth either. Because some people would do that. And I know the approach I take where, going after the rats, not just calling them out like other content creators, but going the extra step to try to get them on so you can actually see the type of people they are. Having no filter, speaking the truth about each game, no matter what the views look like, no matter if it's a popular opinion or not. It's not a easy route to go, and I'm not doing it to self-sabotage. Like, people say, like, dude, so you had a good little following going for UFL, then you went to eFootball, then got a good little following. FC's the one game that I've played the longest, but on this channel it definitely has the smallest following, right? But at the end of the day, if it's the best football game, it's the best football game. And it's one of those games too where you have to stick with that game because there's a lot of content creators in FC. So I'm not doing this for clicks and views or for the sake of being a content creator at all. This is, I'm a player first, and then I want to help other like-minded players out, and in turn they help me out too. And we've created a pretty awesome community. So I'm really not talking to those guys when I explain all this. It's more for those people who are on the fringe, because the other people who are delusional and just take everything personal if you talk about their beloved game, you're never gonna. I mean, those people. You're never gonna change it. But for those people who come to the channel sometimes and maybe get turned off by the negativity or if I'm talking bad about a certain game, I still love eFootball. As far as I love to play it, I'll still always root for it. I still hope that Konami can somehow, some way, eventually come to their senses. But I can't sit here and see these rave reviews from a few people. Most people are being honest. And I'm not saying the people giving this game rave reviews aren't being honest. It's their opinion. They love the game. But how, though, right? It's like that. Like, what's your idea of a good football game if you're giving this game rave reviews? That's my whole question. So, as I say that, you watch this game and be the judge for yourself. The last one I won in this event, I won 3-2. And it was a ton of the BS the whole game, but then the game-winning goal was sick, right? And you see that a lot too. Where there's those moments of good stuff, but then there's a ton of nonsense that happens. So let's see how this game goes. Because it is a fun game. I've always said that from the start. It can drive you crazy, like any game, but if they just went more of historically speaking, like if you guys, a lot of people are like, dude, I'm a Pez, that's what I loved. I love Pez. Like, that's why I'm here, right? I'm a Pez historian. I know everything about Pez. Well, then you guys would know why this is nonsense, the direction Konami went with eFootball, because Pez was always the game that was for real footballers. FC, formerly FIFA, was more arcadey. The joke was like it's the little kids football game. So I'm surprised I get the kickback that I do from people who are like hardcore eFootballers. Then they must be hardcore Pez players, unless they just picked this up in like 2021 or something like that. And then you would think they would know where I'm coming from, but not everyone does. Let's see the game plan here. Playing an all Chelsea team. You see the team we have here. Good amount of players we can use here for this cup event, whatever you want to call it. You can't sleep on a player with a team like that, though, because there's some sick free-to-play players out there. Which, props to them, because I don't know how they do it. I don't know how anybody plays this game free-to-play. Part of the allure, I should say, to these games is playing with the legendary players, man. That's one of the best parts. So, that's why I think UFL, among a million other things, but everyone's maxed out their teams, and there's just no team, not only no team building, but no mixing up your team. It's not even worth trying out different players because they don't have any of the legendary players. That's one of the reasons it was so hard for me not to buy all these players, because Konami, that's one thing they do well. They make these legendary players true to their real life form, better than FC, way better. FC misses the mark a lot. Xavi, Park Ji-sung, who else can you go to? Roberto Baggio is one of the biggest ones. Even like Pirlo, like all these players, Scholes, Keane, Gattuso. I mean, all these players that they've added in over years don't translate into like being good in FC, and it's because like EA Sports has problems with a lot of their icons and heroes, as they would call them. Efootball doesn't have that problem. They do a real good job with their legendary players, so it's hard to skip over if you're gonna play eFootball. It's like, dude, why would I want to be free to play when I have all these legends that are true to themselves that I can compete with? It's just unfortunate it's a ripoff. And why they don't have a draft, dude? An eFootball draft would be insane. I would literally, and I know a lot of other players too, even if they played FC, would play eFootball just for the drafts. If you want to make some money, make every draft like, $1 or something like that. Yeah, give me 1 second, Eric, and I absolutely will. Let me get a break in the game, and then I will. Or let me get a break to read your question, and I will. Player fusion, why player with defending skills cannot be fused with CD? Players with defending skill. You can fuse any player. They just have to have additional skills that match. It's only the additional skills that matter for. I can't switch my players. What the hell's going on here? I might have just been using FC controls though. Dude, I've been playing the heck out of the beta. The FC 26 beta looks amazing, but yeah. See, when you get these type of passes going, it's amazing. Like, and by the way, over the top through balls are freaking broken. Look at that physicality, baby. But yeah, you can fuse any field player with any field player. I think keepers have to go with keepers. It's about their additional skills. See, I'm just holding X there. There's just no wrong. Too hard. Damn it. I'm just holding X there. There's just no skill to the defending. Whoa. Whoa, what the fudge? Patty V can't shoot, obviously. But yeah, you can fuse them. They just gotta have, I'll read that in a second, but you gotta have additional skills that the new player doesn't have. That's it. It's just about the additional skills. So your Van Dijk doesn't have man marking. What the hell? That was a glitch. I went right through his player. Your Van Dijk doesn't have man marking. You tried to fuse with another player that does, and it didn't work. That doesn't make sense. But wait, what Van Dijk doesn't have man marking, bro? Are you sure? What Van Dijk doesn't have man marking? All Van Dijks have man marking, I think. Which Van Dijk do you have that doesn't? You sure you didn't overlook it and you're not noticing that he does have it? Goal. Hate those type of goals where the ball gets cleared and they accidentally pass it. You just kind of put pressure on. I mean, I put the right. I don't know. I guess it's a normal goal. He should have just cleared that out. But I don't like those non-clean goals. Goal's a goal, I guess. Watch, I'll just hold X. That's all I have to do there. And against a more skilled player, I said this in my video, but one of the reasons the defensive system's so broken in this game, you just hold R1 and X, and then against a skilled player that could double touch around you, you just hold R1 till you get close, then stop it, and then press it again, and you'll steal the ball every time. He's going for those dink crosses because they're kind of OP. Boom. Goal. Salah, golazo. Yeah, very fun game. It's just, I mean, once you guys see FC26, you'll see how much better it is. And trust me, I hate FC25. If it came down to an FC26 wasn't around and it was like FC25 and they just updated the kits and players, but it was still FC25, bro, I'd be committed 1000% to eFootball. Right? If somehow UFL all of a sudden out of nowhere just becomes the best football game, guess what? I'd be 100% committed. I literally just want to play good football, right? No rap bullshit. I want to play a game where the development, because you have to do this. The development company has to freaking take care of all the bullshit so that the rats, they have to understand rats are in every game. They're going to flock to any game where they can take shortcuts, not use skill and win. There's some sickness. Dude, there's players right now putting in a formation that will literally freeze up the opponent and they get a free win. And there's players that are doing that. Why on earth would anybody waste their time? Who cares if you get a bunch of wins from a glitch like that and become, even if you become #1 ranked in the world? Who gives a shit? What's the point? Why would you put in, there's literally, in Konami, shame on you guys. How are you going to release a game that's that bugged up? I've never heard of something like that. There's literally a glitch where if you put like I'm not even going to say the formation, but you can look it up if you really are interested. And if you're that big of a rat, hopefully you're not, wouldn't be at this channel. But there's a formation, you put your team in that formation, and when your opponent goes pregame to like look at the formation that you're in for tactical reasons, it will freeze them out and they'll lose the game. It will time them out. How does a glitch like that even get in the game? Yeah, see, I figured, Eric, but that's all good. I thought every Van Dijk had one, because I got Van Dijk and I love him. Do you have this version, Van Dijk? This big time version or a different one? But yeah, they all have man marking. But you're good, bro. I think this guy will probably quit. Maybe not. But yeah, I've been dominating everybody. I just had that one loss with that Japanese league team in the very first game I played. Because I chose the team with the OG badge like an idiot. They're like the worst Japanese league team. And I got stomped. But yeah, there's no doubt there's improvements from this to the last update, but not nearly what they needed to do. Like, they needed to go FC26 and DEFCON change, like DEFCON 5 mode to make changes. Overhaul the defensive system, add dynamic shooting, take out whatever is causing the L1 square crosses to allow any attacker. I could L1 square cross and score with my Messi over a Van Dijk. It's just, there's a lot of crap that they just left in and almost promoted too. Oh, come on, buddy. Just quit. Oh, you're free to play, dude. I was just talking about how hard it is. I had another account where I put like 800, but well, it was like 750. Let's just round it to 800 because it probably was, maybe even a little over, but 700, 800 either way. A lot of money in my first account. I had a second account, this one. I started free to play, and like they give you a good little intro team, like 3, 4, 5 players, but then it just falls off. And I caught myself like the only reason I want to play um eFootball is to use these legends that they do so good. All right, there we go. I know, Eric. That's what they do. I called it months ago too. That's what they're always gonna. They're like, oh, you can keep all your players, but they phase them out. Now the new things is gonna be, oh, your player only has one Showtime skill. Now it's gonna be everyone has two. Then it's gonna be like, oh, you don't have the super booster, and then they're just gonna keep phasing players out. Dude, I had a Schneider on my original account. I loved him for like free kicks especially, but he was a great player. Because I had a lot of deep lying forwards just because I was new to the game, wasn't really paying attention. Just I wanted all these star players, all these legends. They played so good, but Schneider was one of the players I had, and he was amazing. Think about now, I'd be phased out. I'd have to get a new one. That's crazy, Eric. So what did this dude do? Freeze me out of the game? Is there some kind of glitch in eFootball that I don't know about? I'm sure that's what he did, isn't it? Look at the loser shit these players do. All for an event that you can play an unlimited amount of times. This is why eFootball is a joke, guys. I just have this feeling that he glitched me out. See, who did I play against? eFootball server timed out. I told you. Told you. It's cheaters like that. I told you, dude. eFootball is a joke. eFootball is a joke. Do I care? No, because I learned that this game is a joke, so now I just play to have fun. These losers flock to these kinds of games. This is a sign. The amount of players using 3115. Look at this. I guarantee I didn't get the win because he glitched me out, which is fine. I could care less. But if I was competing for real and like really playing this game like that, I'd be pissed right now. You see what I'm saying? So wait, that's first. Oh, PvP. Yeah. So I was just PvP here. So we'll redo it. Or wait, did they give me the win? I can't remember which one I went in. I tried to go in this Japanese club and I couldn't. Maybe they gave me the win there. And that's just an eFootball issue. Defending is terrible. Are you talking about FC or eFootball, Eric? Defending in eFootball is the worst. Until they get rid of the R1X sprint at a player with a rocket up your butt defense, eFootball's defense is a joke. There's still a tremendous lack of modes, lack of content. They got to have a weekend champions type of mode. They still didn't add that. Like, I was expecting all these things. How could people love this game when it gives you nothing? And then you're like, well, maybe they focused all on gameplay, but you still have all this broken shit. I mean, once I finish this, there's no modes left. Nobody's playing that Japanese mode anymore, so I can't even get games in that Japanese club mode that they released for their first PvP event. It's a joke. It's a joke, man. But the only problem is I can't share the beta with you guys. Otherwise, I'd be playing the beta right now. But yeah, FC26 is about to destroy the game, I'm telling you. Efootball's fun. It's an improvement from last year. But once FC26 hits the market, what I think is going to happen is eFootballers who are like used to all the BS from FC are going to start seeing more footage and they're going to go, damn, dude. Damn, that looks awesome. Or they're going to see the career mode and go, dude, eFootball won't bring in anything. They won't bring a Master League. Like, oh man, this looks awesome. And then they're going to finally play whether they love the authentic mode and they want to play player career or career or manager mode, or they want to play clubs with their buddies, or they want to play an ultimate team where there's actual content, and not to mention wait till you see the gameplay improvements. They catered to the needs of everyone get all of the actual players getting rid of so much crap that the rats would use. And then I just don't see a lot of players who really want to play a good football game holding out. I think a lot of people will be heading to FC. Alright, so decent team for sure. Good little matchup. By the way, how do you get it where you can wear the club's kits now? They changed that. I'll show you when I go out, but you used to change the club, whatever club you chose in your team thing, and then that would be your badge. And then you'd have the option of kits, but now finally they have it where you can set the kits you want for home, away, and third. But it does I don't see where you can use the actual club's kits anymore. Seems like they removed that. Ah. You ain't getting that. Force it again. That's the overpowered pass right there. Come on, come on. Oh, I didn't mean to player switch. That screwed me almost. Uh-oh. Dude, what the hell? He's man marking my wingers. I see what he's doing. There's that dangerous over the top ball. It's deadly in this year or this update. They're gonna end up patching that out, which I don't mind it because you can defend it. Silly boy. Watch. He actually ran back that time. Oh, that was dangerous. I thought for sure he's gonna head to his goalie. I gave him too much credit. Come on, Burn. I know your passing's bad, but you can make that pass. I should be able to slowly but surely take this game over. But eFootball, you never know. So dumb that you can't control your runs and call players too. You're in. Oh, that would have been awesome. You're in. Oh my God, wrong forward. Oh, look. Haha, told you guys. Just a broken game, man. Good morning, guys. What's up? What's up, John? Free 11, I'll let you know soon. But see what I mean? All you got to do is just spam over the tops and spam X and spam on defense, spam R1 and X. It's a fun game, but it's just not a skill-based football game. It's so easy. That's why I've literally whooped everyone's ass. The one loss I have is my first game. I played as a Japanese club. And by the way, I can't find anybody that's playing that anymore, so I can't even finish that event. Smart move by Konami to put that as their opening event. But anyway, that's it. And then I've been whooping everyone. And yes, it's fun, but it's not skill-based, right? I could easily be sitting here like, oh man, I'm dominating in this smart assist era with all this BS. I should just say how good of a game it is and keep playing this, and you know, like, but I'm not in it for that. I'm not in it to just win. I'm not in it to trick people or lie to people or be dishonest. I'm just giving everyone an honest take. So before they commit their time, maybe they're wondering which game or if they want to commit to playing this. It's a fun game, but it's just not a real football game. What the hell? The fact that that even went through is kind of crazy. Did he foul me or? Look at this again. Oh, he stopped. I don't know why he stopped. Oh, he should have headed it to his goalkeeper. See what I mean? You just hold down X and R1 and you're fine. Watch this. Another long one. If I do this enough, I'm going to get through a couple times. It'll be good enough for a 2 or 3-0 win. Now, I love the passing sequences. Like, you know, the 1-2s and all that too. Don't get me wrong. But I just want to show people, like, this game is not... Those people giving this game a rave review are lying to you. Or they're just delusional. Or maybe uneducated, I don't know. Yeah, I know. It's just exactly. What's up, by the way, Boomfa, man? I know, and it's fun. Don't get me wrong. Am I having fun? Yes, but it's not football, man. At least not skill-based football. As fun as the ting, 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 boom, boom, you know, the little quick 1-2 passes are. If players can just play easy, cheap, over-the-top balls, or even the 1-2s and the little fun stuff kind of gets... Watch. Oh. The fun of it gets taken... Offsides. Gets taken because of smart assist. Beautiful. See what I'm saying? Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Goal. Oh! Nice and slow. Wind up tackle. Like I always tell you guys what happens. The nice and slow. What was that? That whole thing was a mess. What was that angle that Van Dijk took? Look at Van Dijk here if he'll watch. Damn it. That whole thing was a joke. But anyway, Um, it just, I don't know. There's just too much nonsense. What was I just saying, though? I was just saying something. I forgot. Sorry. What do you guys think about that bullshit with the where you can put a formation and time a player out and get a free win if you put your team in like a 3-1-1-5 or something? Dude, that's the dumbest weak shit I've ever seen. I can't believe, for one, it's so pathetic that there's losers that would do that. But how has Konami have not taken that out yet? Wrong player, you idiots. I should have just kept my keeper in there, but it worked out that time. Usually when you pull your keeper, it doesn't work out good. Good strength by Rice. Dude, I just got bullied. Oh, crap. Goal. He deserved that one. I was just diving in, trying to prove how easy it is. No, everyone is, though. I mean, the smart assist, as long as it's in the game, it's a smart assist game. That's just the thing. Watch this. I'll do the old boom, boom. The fact that I'm tied with this guy is kind of funny, though. I'll do this one. Watch this. This will get me in quite a bit, I'm sure. All right, let's do it. Shame on me for not stopping. I didn't give him enough credit. What the fuck, dude? Passing still doesn't go where you want it to go. Still scripted as ever. But that's why you just gotta laugh. That's why I don't play this game in a serious way anymore. It's just a joke. The whole game is a joke. So when people say like, oh, it's a great game, dude, they're either don't know what they're talking about, they're lying to you guys. Like, what was that, bro? What was that little dink header that had my goalkeeper going? You know what I mean? What a ball. What the fuck is Silvestre doing? Dude, they're giving him the game. They're giving him the game. They didn't even look at Silvestre here. Look what had happened to my other back. Look at this. Look at him. Watch him slow down. Look at him. He decided to wait. It's a joke, guys. The whole game is a joke. Nobody plays this game and thinks it's a good game unless they're not good enough to play FC and they want to lie to themselves. Not one. You could bring any footballer that doesn't play video games. They could watch each. The game is a joke. It decides who wins the game. It's so inconsistent, dude. The scripting changes so much. The scripting changes so much. Now, yes, I'm just holding X. I get it. Because I want to show you how big of a joke it is. But it doesn't matter. The fact that my defenders just go, oh, no, on this play, we're going to let them get by. Like, what is... Like, that never should happen in any football game. It's a complete joke, this game, guys. The whole thing's an utter joke. Look at the goofy tackles. Look at this. I mean, nobody's ever going to look at this game and take you seriously if you play this and you consider it a good game. There's nobody. Look, Just hold X. That's all you have to do. As long as the AI doesn't screw you, it's going to work every time, by the way. Look at his defender. He just let me go, but the AI decided not. Did you see how easily I got through there? His defender just stopped. His defender just stopped. It happened to him too, but they decided to not let him score, or not let me score. It's a complete joke. Did you see his defender stop on my breakaway? And then the AI just chose not to let me score because it's smart assist. So whatever made Owen do that shot that wasn't me, the AI is just choosing the game for both of us. Did you see his defender let that go by? That was the same thing that happened to me. The same thing. The only difference is they didn't let me score. They let him score. That's all it is the AI choosing that. There was no... Where are you going to say there was skill in that? Where are you going to see skill? There's no skill, guys. There's no skill at all in this shit. This whole thing is like a whole joke. I know, it's a complete and utter joke. That's the point. Look at that. Who throws a ball in it? That's like little kids shit. And then they gave him a foul. The whole game is a complete and utter joke, guys. Out of everywhere to shoot, look where he shoots at. Out of everywhere to shoot. That's AI, remember, that's AI. This is the game now. This is the game. So let's pull everybody up. What the fuck? What the fuck? Efootball. Efootball. He's probably thinking I cheated somehow. Guys, the game is a joke. It's just a complete nightmare. That dude, if that dude got screwed out of a win there, I feel bad for him. That was hilarious too. That through ball that he made where I told you my Silvestre stopped. The one that I played was even worse. The one where I got through was even worse. My forehand was 2 steps behind his, whoever that was. And his defender just like stopped legit and let me go. He slowed down from a sprint to just nothing. It's just a complete joke. If you rewind that back and look at how bad that is when I got through on that breakaway where Owen toe poked it, it was a complete joke. That's what happened on his goal. I didn't even leave the game. So basically my opponent cheated is what you're trying to tell me. Did he go to that 3-1-1-5? Is that what he did? Did my opponent just go to the 3-1-1-5 when I press pause? Because apparently that hands you losses. How did I get one of these? I'll have to go read it. It said I abandoned the match. And it handed me an L. Dumfries? I love Dumfries, by the way. Sick player. Maybe not this version, but typically. Hold on, let me go into this. So why did I get rewards, by the way, too? So did my opponent just cheat to not have to go through that corner kick? Or does the game do that sometimes? Yep, it gave me the loss there. So instead of letting me hit the corner kick, the fucking loser, unless someone can convince me that the game just did that, happened to do that. Oh, that dude was a 698 rated player that I was just toying with. That was a 698 player, guys. How can you not see that the game is a total joke? Look, he's got the crown badge and everything. It's just a total joke. No, I can't until the 26th. The 26th is the last day for the beta. Mac Joso, is this you I just played against? How are you? No offense, bro. This game's a joke anyway, so don't take it personal. But how are you? Wait, are you the formation crash? You can try to edit it. Wait, I just crashed myself out of the game? Oh my god. Wait, when I push my players up for the corner kick, I crashed myself out of the game? That's hilarious. Guys, for one, dude, that's you get what I'm saying though. The game is a complete joke, but think of how funny that is. So when I push my players up to win the corner kick, it moved me in the formation that crashes you out. I thought that was like a 3-1-1-5. So I literally went into a 3-1-1-5 when I pushed Vieira up. That's so funny, bro. Mac, that's funny. Great call on that. I didn't even think about it. And that's what it does. It crashes you out. But why are players saying... Why am I seeing players say that when the other team does it, they lose, they win the game or something? So you can't even push players up for like a corner kick or you'll get crashed out of a game. And by the way, guys, that was a 698 ranked player right there. That is so bad, bro. That shows you how bad this game is. And then you can crash out of a game for literally pushing players up for a corner. So was I in a 3-1-1-5 right there? I should have looked at the numbers, but who would ever think to look? Because I was in a 3-2... Like how I started is like a 3-2-1, whatever, one of those silly eFootball formations. And I pushed Vieira up to win the corner. Yeah, no, I misread what you were saying, Mac. My bad, bro. And I'm not trying to be offensive to that guy. I mean, he's just not a good player. I mean, you guys saw the game. But it's just hilarious. Like, okay, the defender's letting players run through on goal. The hold down R1 and X. Which, again, if I would have known that he wasn't... I thought he was just another bad player. Which, to be honest, there's not very good players skill-wise in eFootball. You don't find them very much. And that's just the truth, man. But I wouldn't have kept just holding X to show. I was just trying to show you how easy it is. I would have stopped and, like, fooled him. You still can use R and X. But the fact that I was doing it for as long as I was and stopping him, and he's a top 700 in the world player in this game, should tell you everything you need to know about eFootball as a whole. It's just a play for fun. So see, I was in 3-2-2-3 and I pushed Vieira up and then I pushed these two up. So that was 3 forwards, 4, and then Vieira up, guys. Literally a 3-1-1-5. Unbelievable. I crashed my own self out. I crashed my own self out before my last corner kick to try to win it. Oh god, that's hilarious. But yeah. So anyway, but once you guys see FC26, I just can't believe there's players that are seeing are playing this. Like again, Galfano. I don't know if he has a channel. I never looked into that, but he was a fan of the channel from UFL. He's the biggest reason why I got into eFootball. And so he's showing me around the game, like, on chat one time, and then I kept, you guys know my history, or maybe you don't. Played in and out, tried UFL, FC, just every game, seeing which one was the best. And he's a good guy, man. I appreciate him for that. I love that I got into eFootball. But then I see his review, and he's like, Konami absolutely cooked. Don't change one thing. This game is so good. It's perfect. I can't get enough. It's so perfect. I can see if you're having so much fun, you can't get enough, or like, man, this game's so much fun, don't change anything. But to say it's a great game and they don't need to make any changes, it's perfect, bro. You sound like a complete fool, and I'm not being mean. You guys tell me if I'm being harsh, and I feel like honesty's the only way. Like Galfano, I know some people could say, well, that's just his opinion, but then it makes me wonder, like, how in the fuck, if you're a fan of football, could you be playing this game and say, oh, no, it's perfect. It's perfect. The way the defenders let you run through on a through ball, it's perfect. The skyrocket defense that they do where you can just rocket pass, what do you call it, missile at a defender. Heat-seeking missile defense is what I would call it. Oh, it's perfect. No one, who's going to just say this is perfect? How about that one? I should have finished the game way before that against that player too. Remember, early on in the game, I was hitting the post on some beautiful football. I mean, I was just cooking that dude. And he was a 600 player, but this is what happens too. And this is my own fault, by the way. It's my own fault I'm down. But I was cooking him. Why did it hit the post? 2 reasons. Smart assist, and there's no dynamic finishing. Who would have ever went near post on that one? I think it was Michael Owen when he hit the post. Look it. Just a silly ass game. That's what you get. So I'll get 100 of those chances this game. Watch, and they'll decide which ones I score and which ones I don't. Oh, there's another one. Very low skilled player once again here. Very low skilled. You're in. What the fuck? How? I already beat him. Look at this, dude. I'm surprised they didn't let that one through. I mean, look at this nonsense, bro. So I win the ball, I get punished for it because I couldn't release the ball fast enough. And now it's 2-0. It's just a joke of a game, guys. It's just a joke of a game. Now watch the actual football in this. Watch the actual football in this. The dude is terrible at actual football. But I guess that's why these players try to protect this. I guess it's like a defense mechanism, to help themselves, like, feel better about playing this game instead of FC. I don't know. But there's no way anybody who's telling the truth is going to say, you can have fun, but it is an absolute joke of a game, period. Look at that touch. Why on earth would he take a touch? If he takes any type of regular player touch, that's an easy goal. It's just the entire game's just a bunch of dog shit. But you'll still get players that argue otherwise, and it's funny to me. So on one hand, I could be like, oh, I lost my undefeated streak to a top 700 player. But on the other one, anybody who saw that game would be like, dude, what? That was the most ridiculous. You were so much better than that player. Like, no one's going to watch that game and say that dude was good at all. And it's the same with this one. That's what these games do, though. That's what... Look at this. What do I do there defensively? How do you stop those little... The new, like, little push touches that go right around your players. You can't do nothing about it. I mean, this dude hasn't done one football thing the entire game. It just goes to this Torres who speeds around me. Again, not saying I'm playing good at all, but look at this is the type of passes. Then my player, tell me why Michael Owen ran away there, by the way. What was that about? Why would Michael Owen be in a position to win the ball and then run away? I mean, guys, I could go on and on about the nonsense. I just played a ball to Michael Owen's feet, and he took off running when the ball was coming at him. Watch, he'll do it again probably. I super canceled there. It's the most unrealistic dumb shit I've ever seen in my life. This whole game. And then you'll go through these things with these players. I think this player probably thinks he's like good at football too, or he's playing good football or some shit. But yeah, so on that goal there, so if we rewind it and see. So I have I think it was Vieira, I don't know who it was exactly. For whatever reason, his attacker, no idea what happened there, didn't press the pass button. His attacker was able, like, the defenders slow down now when you're going through. Like, when you play certain through balls, kind of like what it looks like that link-up play is going to be. Oh! Ooh. Cooked on that one, Mikey. Cooked on that one, Mikey-o. That was kind of dirty. You can't lie about that. Oh, you won't let me watch it? Come on, man. Look. Oh, the power-up. The old power-up saved me there. The old power-up saved me. What the fuck are they doing? See, I'm used to playing. I can't play the beta, then come play this joke of a game. Guys, who the fuck runs away when the ball's coming to you and you're open? What in what world is that? What idiots are out here giving this game? Like, Galfano, you gotta be a moron, bro. I like you, but come on. I want you to come on here and tell me what player in the world. Oh, well, it's the quick counter play style. Doesn't matter, dipshit. The play style could be, all right, guys, they play a really high line. We're going to look for long balls in behind. Does that mean that every fucking player, especially at the pro level, is just going to take off running away the whole game? No. It means when those plays are on, that's what you look for. But when a pass is played and you're in between the defender and the ball and you have a ball coming to your feet, you're not going to run away and let the defender get the ball. Only in eFootball does that happen. That's not me making my player run away. That's the AI doing that. I'm playing a ball to my attacker's feet, and you're telling me, because in FC it's not a broken game, so you don't got to press super cancel to make a player do what they should do anyways, right? So like right now, if I go play this ball out wide, see how he stands there? That's what they should do. But when you're in a quick counter or LBC, it's like, oh, well, the play style is having them run away. Look at that touch right there, by the way. Is that Salah's touch there? I don't think so. So my point is that I'll go to play a ball, my player's in a good spot, and they'll just run away. It doesn't matter what your play style is. If you play a pass, no attacker in the world is going to just run away. It's just not going to happen. Look at this dog shit, dude. And look at how bad this player is. How does he even have 3 goals? Jesus. I can't believe I gave up 3 goals to him. But whether you like what I say or not, I'm speaking facts and I back up what I say. I mean, that's the bottom line. No offense, Galfano, but it pisses me off the more I play this shit game, and then you're on X saying, "Oh, the game's so good. Don't change nothing, guys. Don't change nothing." How the fuck did what was that? Some kind of glitch, kickoff glitch? How did I even give that up? Didn't even see. What the fuck is this? Joke of a game, bro. But it's way better than FC25, I'll say that too. Because guess why? You can't move in FC25. Otherwise, maybe it would have been... Maybe it would be a better game. Yep, 1-2, and it goes to the wrong player, so you gotta love that. Oh my god, dude. See? Did you just see that? Look at my defender there. What the fuck? How is anybody gonna take this game seriously? What did my defender even just do? Can someone tell me what just happened there? Can someone explain to me what just happened there? Why did my defender make that hard cut away like that? Look at this. It lets you win those balls, guys. It lets you win through balls now. If this dipshit would actually watch some of these plays, he'd see how stupid it is. Not that he cares. I mean, he's probably in delusion, but anybody playing this game that's not just playing the pastime before FC, answer any of my points that I'm saying right here. You're not going to be able to. Look at the score of this joke of a fucking game, too. Everyone was bitching about FC last year. At least FC's high score was because the realistic defending shell-shocked everybody. This is just a bunch of bullshit. Defenders letting players go on through balls? What the fuck is that? That was a bad pass by me, obviously. Come on, Forlan. Oh, he almost screwed himself. And it turns into a breakaway for him. Or almost did. Here we go. Come on, O. I pressed pass 6 hours ago. Nothing. I don't know, bro. I don't understand, but now he's... I don't understand this game at all. It's gotten... Like, again... I guess it's an upgrade, but that's what I'm saying. I'm having a hard time even saying it's an upgrade because some of this crazy shit, the way the defenders are letting players through, how are players not seeing this? Like, are these content creators, like, where are they coming from? That's where I start getting pissed, is like, you guys are playing this game way more than me. Guys like that Galfano that I'm talking about, right? How in God's green earth are they going to say, oh, perfect game, guys. Don't you change a thing. I like you, Galfano, but you're an idiot. I love Boomfer, I love Phil, I love all these guys, but if Boomfer or Phil ever said something that stupid, I'd be like, bro, you guys are lying to everybody. Like, what's up with the bullshit? What do you get out of being a liar? Like, I call them out because why lie? And it's clearly some bullshit. If you're not, there's no way they've been playing this game at on a serious note. Seeing all this. And yet, look at this dude. I'm just destroying him, but it's just the AI's deciding. So, like, if they were to say something, I'd call them out too. So, Galfano, don't take it personal, bro. But you're a complete joke for saying, "Oh, the game is so perfect." Don't change a thing. This whole game is way. The more you play it, the more you see how big of a mess it is. Again, it's got its fun, but the one thing that I'm just happy about in the back of my mind is that I don't got to play too much longer. It's just a little thing passing the time. What did I just do? I need... Mason Mount. We'll go more attacking, see how we do. And then the comment section, it's like I got to talk to these people in person because some of their comments they don't ever make sense. There we go again. And so you can't really even play football. Oh, look, there we go again. The defender going in the wrong direction. Look at this dude. He don't even know what he's doing. Look, there we go again. The attacker running away every time, running away. I play the ball. He's in a good spot to receive it. He runs away. You shouldn't have to press super cancel. I just can't get used to it. It's the dumbest thing in the world. It should just be a natural thing. If your player is there to receive the ball and you play it to his feet, why in the fuck would he run away? What kind of dumbass shit is that? Dude, again! Again! What the fuck? That one wasn't even a through ball. That was just a regular pass. And then how... You're telling me Van Dijk's going to miss that chance too? Nope. It's just a dumbass game. I said at the beginning, like, you can get mad at me for being negative all you want. Look at that. Power up once again. Shots don't take that long. You can go into real life and check yourself. Shots do not take that long. And players don't just clear the ball. This isn't how that works either. The whole thing is a joke. I don't think anybody watches football. It drives me insane. Look at that. It's just total loser shit. But the funny thing is, that's not even how football would work. Oh my god. And then AI changes my pass for me. Gotta love that, don't you? Come on, go. You're in. You're literally in. It's gonna go out of bounds, ain't it? There it is. This idiot, dude. He's so bad, and he just got the win off me. Why wouldn't he have kept the ball a couple of those times to actually... He could have actually kept it, and then it would have got to the 60th minute. But these are the type of people that get wins in this game. It's just a total and utter joke. Look at some of the goals that were scored. What was my defender just turning the wrong way for? Right? Some of the shit the goalkeepers randomly save. I mean, and watch, that will end up being like a top-ranked player or some shit. Watch this. We have to look. Hold on, that's not... What am I trying to go do? Look, it keeps going to... Efootball is having the same problem that FC had this past year, dude. Their menus are freezing. It's a fucking... Let's go look at who I just played. It doesn't show. 2D Prime. But, I mean, you see how bad these players are, bro. So, anybody who's arguing that this is a good game or anything, I rest my case. From now on, I'm just going to play this game and have fun with it. There's no point in continuing, but the only reason I did this is because those people who are saying this is a good game or who are trying to comment and, like, debate, bro, I'll debate with you all day on realistic shit. But you coming to me trying to say anything about this game, the game's fun, but it's a shit football game. That's just a fact. You trying to say anything but that, trying to argue that this game's good at all, right, is a complete joke. It's just, I can't take you seriously. Oh, well, that's not a very good debate, and I think it because... No, bro. You're just bullshitting. If I sit here and tell you guys I think Santa Claus is real, right? You're not going to debate me on that. That's not you shitting on my opinion. That's you being realistic. If I sit here and say Santa Claus is real, you're not going to waste your time arguing with me. You're going to tell me, bro, get the fuck out of here. You're a dumbass. And rightfully so. Because I'm a grown man and I know better. There's no way unless you're brand new, never played football, never watched it, there's no way that you can't see where the power-ups are messed up. I had some dude in the comment section, nice enough guy, this prodigy, I forgot his whole name. He literally was trying to make a legit argument, like, oh, the power-up's just like swinging your leg in real life. It's like, bro, are you that thick? Do you know how many tackles and nonsense happens because of the overpowered defense and the power-up because it's so unrealistic? That doesn't happen in real football. It doesn't happen. There's different types of shots and passes that take different amount of time to like swing your leg and all that, but the power-up in eFootball is one of the biggest joke things there is. You combine that with the overpowered pressure where your player skyrockets at each player to get the ball, and it combines to make a joke. Half the tackles in eFootball are just power-ups that were taking too long. That doesn't happen in real football, right? There will be a block shot where the player didn't know a player was coming, but you're not going to see Mo Salah go to take a shot, wind up his foot, and then like, oops, dang it, too slow, defender got me. No, it's going to be where a defender like reacted and got in the way of the shot or came from the side or the back where they couldn't see. It's not going to be like a timer thing, like, oh, you got to get there before the power-up's done. And that's what it is in eFootball. Not to mention the smart assist, all the shit that happens with that. I mean, the game is a complete joke. Having a formation that crashes the game out. Oh no, this is dog shit. That's what I've been saying, Tapton. I don't know how long you've been here, but trust me, FC25 is so bad right now. If I would not be playing this joke of a game if FC25 wasn't the main thing though there is the inconsistent gameplay. It gets so like so much command delay, so laggy. So I just do my daily objectives and then I play the beta. But the beta I can't share with you guys. Put it this way, Tapton, I haven't been able to say this for years, right? Because they've done such a bad job. This is the first year in several years where I'm telling you I can't put down the beta. It's that much fun. And EA Sports cooked. You know, when a company with that much power and money and resources has a bad year like they did in FC25 and they don't want to lose players and money, don't count on them to do it for us. But you better believe, like, I just knew it was coming because they have to succeed. They can't afford to have more bad years. They're losing sponsors. They don't have FIFA anymore, so they don't have integrated sponsors. As their numbers go down, their sponsor money goes down. Like, those rich people, they just want to get richer, bro. So the suits, you better believe they came downstairs and told those devs, like, get to work. And I promise you, you'll see it. The beta's been amazing, and I've never seen a beta where the final version was worse. I've seen the beta where it's better or close to the same, never, ever, ever, ever worse. And this beta's been amazing, so I guarantee you guys are going to love what you see. And then people, and rightfully so, are worried about the dreadful patch right after. Every football game has that dreaded patch where people are afraid they're going to ruin the game. You always got to worry about that, but if there's one thing you can say about EA Sports, they'll ignore their fans as they did for years, but they showed us that they've been listening the whole time. They just clearly didn't care until their pockets were hurt. And since they know how it goes, they're going to know, they know what can come about, right? They know if they change the game up and they put out that patch and ruin it, players are gone, just like last year. So we'll see. Only time will tell. But unless the full release comes out and somehow the influx of players causes that inconsistent gameplay, that choppy play, the delayed, whatever you want to call it, to come back, then we're good to go. But they claim they fixed the problem and they explained it, and so far there's nothing. You can play FC25 right now and not be able to move. It's literally horrible. And then you turn on the beta and the gameplay's fine. You'll get some games with the connection because you're playing players from further out since it's just a beta. So you'll play players where it's bad ping and stuff, but it's still good connection. It's not anything like 25. So can't rest on this because that's what happened in that game versus that top 700 player. I didn't finish him off early and ended up losing. Watch this. Boom. So overpowered, it's ridiculous. Oh, lucky prick. Playing, just use authentic game. I prefer tight, close games. Listen. Yeah, so that's the reason why that happened in 15. What the hell? 25 is because look at these balls, they're ridiculous. If that would have connected, I would have laughed. Is because the manual defense, it shell shocked everybody. But so far, I'm not gonna lie, some of the score lines have been a little higher, some have been lower. You still have the potential for higher because of the manual defense. You're always going to have that in football games if they have authentic manual defense, which FC does. Because let's face it, bro, it's hard to defend in football, man. In these football games in particular, it's more end-to-end action. It's going to be the authentic gameplay. Yes, it's slowed down. That's good for career mode, but you'll see why competitive gameplay is needed for competitive. Like I could see authentic working to an extent, but they'd have to really increase the game times because with how slowed down it is, you could damn near score one goal and that's like all you're gonna get every time. It would get boring quick. Oh my god, now we're tied, bro. I should have been paying more attention, but I'll smoke this dude. But this is what you gotta worry about. This type of bullshit. You can be a million times better than a player, and it just doesn't show. I'll be able to start cooking once I just got to focus. Goal. Nope. But yeah, so you have the potential for like the 5, 4, 6. I mean, look at the game I just had in this. At least in FC, it's because of manual defense and not just a bunch of bullshit goals where they wanted more wing play, so now the defenders... What the fuck was that? Dude, I don't know why the fuck there's that delay, dude. Now I'm down 2-1. Oh my god, I'll be fine. But dude, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. The game is a fucking joke. So many unnatural movements and shit. I can't even get a routine pass off. I can't even get a routine pass off. It's a fucking joke, guys. The whole game is a fucking joke. And I'm down to this player now. We were just talking. I was just saying how bad he was. You guys remember all my chances and shit, right? And then it just changes. It's like the game, the scripting in it, that's what happens. And then we'll go back and forth the other way, too. I can't believe how bad this is. Now I'm getting more and more mad at those players who didn't just try. Like, people are lying to you if they told you this was anything but a terrible game. This is a Division 8 player. Did you see how bad I was cooking him? And then all of a sudden goofy shit starts happening. My fucking Van Dyke. I go to pass the ball. His movements are so awkward. I give up a goal from that. Players just aren't, like, all of a sudden your players don't move like they were moving. You'll be dominating a player, and then, oh, look. So he's up 2-1. And then I'm out shooting. Look at the stats, though. It makes no sense. So out of my total shots, there should be 4 goals. Out of his 3, Out of those two, the first one he ran down the wing and scored, and that second one was the one Van Dijk made a mess of. So if you go back and look at mine, so this should be like a 4-1 game. Let's even call it 3-1 game. Instead, it's 2-1. But to be fair, though, I am playing like very direct just to show that the game is a joke. So I can't really be. The only reason I can be mad though is because that's how inconsistent it is, though. Because you'll play rats all the time that do that, but they'll score, and it's just the game will decide for you. So I'll come back and win this. I'm gonna mark my words right now. It's not gonna be like pretty. It's not gonna be very fun. I probably should change my formation to more ratty to match up how I'm playing too, but I'm trying to think of any way to make it like make sense, but it just doesn't though. It just doesn't make sense. Because players you play against do that shit all the time. There's one of those OP through balls again. Patrick Vieira getting knocked off a ball. That happens all the time. That's not scripting at all. See what I'm saying? They'll decide, like, I've won those every other time. And then all of a sudden you can't get a ball through. You can't get anything. And now this dog shit player that I've been destroying the whole time. Here we go. Eat your own shit, bitch. I had him manually marked too, and then he just automatically... Oh, that's that connector one, so it doesn't let you mark them. That's probably why a bunch of this shit's happening, by the way. He's got that little connector shit going on. But yeah, so I was going to say, like, maybe it's because I am playing, like, kind of rattier. Like, here, I'm going to actually switch my... But you play players like that all the time, and then it's still... That's what this game is, really. So that ain't something new on here. That's what this game's full of. And they'll still get 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals. So I don't know. I guess it's just roll the dice.
Number 8, Phil Foden. Coming on to replace him is number 7, Bruno Fernandes. Substitution.
Look at this. Look at my player just stop. And it helped me there. Well, it did until it didn't, but it helped me there. But why did he just stop? Like, what is this all of a sudden if it's not scripting? Why did Vinny was running through that ball to win it. Why did he just all of a sudden stop? Look at this. How did he get through that? My players were there to win the ball. Thank you. They let you through here at least. There you go. Why? Look at how silly this is. They are letting... The defenders are letting... This is why I'm going so crazy. I don't know if it's showing on screen or not. This is the first time I faced something like this, bro. I cannot believe how blatant it is. Defenders are letting attackers through. So all these players, you were like, I can't put the game down. It's amazing. How? How have you not noticed how terrible the game... How have you not noticed? You've no doubt noticed that the defenders are stopping all over the place and letting attackers win the ball and shit. You can't control it. Shitty players are... Unless these guys are just... these shitty players don't want the game changed because they're loving how they don't have to play football and they can dominate or win. I can't see how people are saying this game's amazing and shit. Like, that's just bullshit, bro. Lying to the people blatantly. Remember, they made this dude look like fucking Tex for a little bit with how, like, you know, when the scripting was going good after I was whooping his ass, and now look. It's like you get a certain amount of time with the scripting, and then the game decides, nope, time's up, we're going to let him play now, and then you start whooping their ass. It's so hilarious how you can just call this shit. Come on, you're in. Look at this. This should have been over a long... I passed it back to my fucking cam, guys. Thank you. Oh, it's a stupid move. That was my fault. Luckily, this dude's terrible. Oh, into him again. I had no idea the dude was going to go away from the goal to tackle me. That's kind of the thing with bad players. Sometimes they do shit that helps them, and it, even though it's the worst, it's worse for wear. Perfect ball. Perfect ball. Hey, guys, that was all me. Look, here you go, watch. That was all me, guys. How could you say smart assist matters, bro? That was pure skill. Did you see that perfect play, guys? I told you guys how good I was at this game, right? You guys are acting like I'm not one of the best, dude. I'm an eFootball beast, guys. Again, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, it's fun. But the game is a complete joke. Whooping people's ass, taking... I wouldn't be surprised if this dude ends up being like a top-ranked player, too. That's about right for Onana. That seemed like an Onana play, right, guys? Nice effort, Onana. Good game, my brother, though. Good game. I'll tell you what, AI tried to get you the win as best they could. Oh, I was offsides. Damn. Let's go see how the gameplay is this early in the morning. I think it's going to be terrible. Just because I want to show people that I bitch about FC just as much if it deserves it. If people don't agree that this game deserves... I mean, look at this. If I wasn't right about what I was saying all along, that scoreline and that everything that just happened wouldn't have happened. The dude would have kept whooping me. If it was, oh, you're just mad because he's beating you, bro. You're saying he's trash, but he's beating you. Because that's what the truth was. Games don't just flip on their head. What do you think? I all of a sudden just snapped my fingers and became that much better? The goddamn AI, the scripting, whatever you want to call it, shit on me for a little while. Allowed him to get a 2-1 lead, and then it just ended, and I started smashing him. When I'm bitching and shit, if you're really paying attention instead of just getting all butthurt, I'm talking about you eFootball guys that refuse to accept the truth, then you would see, damn, I see what he's saying. Look at here and here and here and here. Because, again, if I was wrong, then that dude at the time when I was bitching the most, when he scored those two and then the game was going haywire, he would have just kept doing that if that was skill. You don't just all of a sudden start destroying someone like that, right? That's what happened at the beginning. Then at the end, there's that middle period. It's like a clock. It's a scripting thing. My Van Dijk, that goofy shit he did, that huge delay that only happened on his second goal, magically went away. The defenders stop and all the goofy shit. It's a scripted-ass joke of a game. Anybody who ever wants to bitch, or bitch at me bitching at the game, just look at where I'm bitching at. That dude was absolutely whooping me towards the middle. I guarantee players who are like not believing me or something, they're in their head, they're going, oh, you're just getting whooped, that's why you're mad. Well, then look what happened. You think I all of a sudden just got that much better than him? No, I was that much better the whole damn game. It's just all the shit I was bitching about, whether you like it or not, it's true. And I'd rather speak about it and save players their sanity who are going through this and can't put their finger on why, or think it's their fault, or don't get it. Like, this shit's very real, bro. I don't know exactly what, like, the what would you call it? Like the equation they use when they're deciding how the scripting works, but it's without a doubt there. And then the rest of it's just dog shit game type of stuff. So yeah, man, I cannot wait for FC26, dude. I can't believe no one's playing this event. That's so sad. Like, why did dumbass Konami release this? Who wants to play a Japanese league event as the first event of the new update? That would be like FC on their very first release. They go, "Oh guys, you get a bonus objective. Go play this fucking Polish league tournament or some shit, or here's this women's United States Women's League tournament. Go play that." I know Japan, Konami's made in Japan, is a Japanese company. I meant, doesn't matter, bro. EA Sports is in Canada. You don't see fucking the Canadian League or Canadian National Team or MLS, which has Canadian teams in it, featured ever at the beginning of fucking. Come on, man. Total joke. Last time I'm going to try this, and then I'm never trying again. Just trying to show people, though, yeah, this is the only other event to play. Slightly New Yorkie. I'm Midwest, bro. Alright, so let's head over to FC25 so I can try. Now, if the gameplay's terrible, it's terrible. If it's good, then you're going to hear me say it's good. So I'm not automatically just going to bash it. I'm sure it's going to be terrible, though, because it's been terrible every time I've played. What I've been doing is just playing FC25 for the objectives, because if I complete the season ladder, you get an FC26 84 plus players times 5. So 5 players rated 84 and higher in early October, which is huge. That's a huge pack. So I'm playing every day for the max amount of SP. I'm not playing champs, nothing like that. But the gameplay has been literally unplayable. So I just want to show you, though, the difference. I want to show you when you play a ball to a player's feet, even if you have the counter on, right? Your player's not going to run away. Not to mention you have the manual ability to call them to, send them away, send them on diagonals, manually control them yourself with player lock. It's just, dude, it's just miles. There's a dynamic shooting system. The defense is manual. But this game has like the L1 sprint boost, and you know these rats, even though it's all nerfed, still will use it in 25. It's a joke. So every game has their rats, but the L1 sprint boost is gone. That was a joke. Trivella's, that 30-yard Trivella shot players kept taking, that's nerfed out, and so is Trivella's as a whole. Tacklebacks, they did so good at getting rid of those. Every once in a while in video games, football, you're still going to have those little scrummy, weird plays where tackleback type of thing will happen, but they've largely removed them from the game. When you tackle someone, the ball, you win the ball. As it should be in football video games, skill-based football video games. Let's see if there's any SP I can get. What's up, NKG? What's up, my boy? How are you, bro? So yeah, so eFootball, we left with a win there. We finished the event, the Japanese PvP event. Nobody's playing anymore, so I can't play that. And then divisions, I'm undefeated so far. But let's just get in and see. I don't think there's any objectives for SP, though. Damn. Wait, daily objectives? I thought I finished those. Alright, well, let's go play those in. Let's go to a rivals game. Let's see. Yeah, we're changing that. Crossplay's a joke. Wait, it's not game settings. Where? Guess I gotta leave here and then change it out here. Never want to play cross-play in FC. You never want to match PC players. Alright, so where is... Now the game feels... FC25 feels a million times better on PC, by the way. But I'm hoping that changes because FC26 feels amazing. Well, look, cross-play enabled, no. Cross-play enabled, no. So why in the fuck did it just say yes in there? Or did it say no and I misread it? I got that Georges card. She starts for me. Greats of the game, whatever. She's a beast. Not Rush, god damn it. Rivals. Now, the one thing I am missing out about starting this account late, having this account not like just playing FC, is I'm not going to be grandfathered into the top. Because, like, the higher you get in Rivals, the higher you start the next year. But it is what it is, bro. I'm not going to go crazy just over that. If I have to start a little bit lower, I'll start a little bit lower. I'm not going to play this dog shit version of the game instead of the beta, or, you know, just suffer through all this nonsense, delayed games and stuff just to start a little higher. I'll earn my way there. Oh, by the way, full video breakdown coming in 23 minutes about good old link-up play. So make sure you check that out. Good old link-up play. Smooth move by Konami. But yeah, check that out and let me know what you think about that scam nonsense. And if you thought about it in that way or not. What the true meaning behind it is. Oh yeah, dude. See? The fucking connection is great. It has obviously has to do with time of day. But see, that's what scares me a little. Is what if all these players come into FC26 and it's not the beta where it's few players? Will the game go to shit again? You know? Offsides. It better not be the case, bro, because I swear I'll cry. I'll cry, then I'll have to become an eFootballer. Or maybe just quit and play GTA when it comes out. Aw, dude. Good D. Notice how Rooney's not running away? Look at that. Brilliant stuff. A little delay on the shot there, unfortunately, but that's all gone, boys and girls. There it is. Goal. Oh, what? Get out of here, boy. Damn it, he moved his keeper early, too. You know people who move their keeper like that are used to it. They're so bad. They're so bad. So that's a good sign for us. We'll get plenty of shots, but I got to just go near post from now on. By the way, I'm playing a 4-4-1-1. I'm not using the meta. So this is good practice. I'm trying to play quick passes. Trying to not use any of the bad habits. Like, look, I could do this all day and do the L1 sprint boost like that and just smoke people, but and use all the other bullshit, but I've never played like a rat. I'm not going to start now. I'm definitely not going to use shit that's not going to help me for next year. Otherwise, there's no point. Oh! And then I accidentally used it there at the goalkeeper. Dumbass. I was through. Good read. Oh, he can't end up with that. And of course he does. Too predictable, buddy. You got to change every once in a while. You go back post every time. It's eventually it's like, come on, brother. But see how I'm in so much more control, and see how, like, defense. Look, every time I tackle, notice who's actually making the tackle. It's never a user player. Look, my players aren't running away from the ball, right? Look, I can call her. I sent her away. Ah, I fucked up. I'm in her caller too. I got confused trying to explain it, but that was my fault. I sent her away when I should have called her too. But look, that was me who chose to not overcommit on the angle. Watch. So now I can send him away. I can send her, but then call her too again to get on sides. Look, I can switch between the players I play like call him to, send him away, call him to, boom, boom, boom. Like everything I do, I'm in control. Ah, that was actually pretty good guesswork on his defense. Risky, but it paid off because I was through if you didn't guess that right. That tackle back shit, that will be gone. He kind of got screwed there, so that will be gone, luckily. Too predictable. Notice who stole that, though. I switched to the right back and stole the ball. I mean, it's just night and day. You can tell how obviously better than eFootball this is. No, Grease. Notice I missed that. That was my dynamic aiming that missed wide, right? Wasn't just aim and pray the AI puts it in the net for me. Of course, there's no smart assist, so you don't even got to worry about that. Good turn by Claudia there. What a goal. Claudia, beautiful work. No L1 speed boost, no rat shit, just good left stick dribbling. How I got him was I faked like I was cutting it back and kind of went in that direction once like this and then went back again. I used an L1 on accident. Domination. And because I'm in full control, I'm able to control. Like, it took me a while to break the ice and really start banging them in. But now my skill is showing through. Even defensively, bro. Even defensively. Right? It's hard. So if I give him chances to attack, there's no doubt he'll most likely get through. Not saying I can't. I've gotten shutouts. But when you do earn a shutout in FC, it's so well earned. It's like a badge of honor because it's so hard to manual defend. Most everyone's going to mess up at least once. Watch. Let's see how I do. Damn, he's getting desperate if he's playing those goofy balls. Oh, no. Oh, see, I missed 2 tackles. I had him, though. But I missed 2 tackles. It was on me. Dude, if the gameplay was like this, I wouldn't even be touching eFootball. If the gameplay was like this all the time, and then you got the ratty losers that no doubt exacerbate it with, like, using hotspots and just lag spiking, as my boy Boomfa called it so accurately. But yeah, if the game felt like this, and that's just the truth, and FC 26 is miles better than this. Way better gameplay, way better everything, way better feel on the ball, way better passing. The keepers are way better. No tacklebacks, no bullshit L1 sprint, boost glitches. Just pure football. The 1-2 passes, the build-ups, all the stuff you can create. Even the simplified skill moves scare me a little. And they did add some pretty cool new skill moves and stuff. But it only scares me a little because the skillers were always annoying to play, but at least they took the time to learn the commands. So if you go simplify where you just flick the right stick, it just gives the rat players something that they could try to exploit and just skill move spam. But I haven't found any moves to be spammable. I found them to be useful in areas, but not in the sense where you have to use them to damn. But not in the sense where you have to use them to, like, good. Sorry, I'm trying to focus, and I totally lost my train of thought. My bad. Boom. That was a little speed boost, but what I meant to do was delay a bit. I don't want to use green time because that's not going to be in the next iteration. Yeah, dude. So I'm hoping. So I wanted to talk about that too. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Like, so the beta feels really good connection wise, but this feels really good right now. So my question is, dude, is there a chance? I hope this isn't the case, bro. But what if fucking the beta only feels as good as it does because there's not nearly as many players, and the next thing you know, the full release comes out, and now the game's fully fucking delayed again, dude, because of the amount of players on the server. Because why else would this gameplay... Look, dude, this dumbass has guessed right over and over and over against me. And then I shoot one down the middle without aim. And I score it. So the only thing that I think could happen either is goalie is the worst ever down the middle shots and like moved, or he moved his goalkeeper down at that point too. In which case now I'm just gonna shoot it down the middle, which I can't believe he didn't quit yet, but whatever. But dude, I hope that doesn't happen, bro. Because now I'm a little scared because this gameplay has been terrible no matter what, every day, every time, and I thought we were just doomed for the rest of the time. But having this good gameplay right now really makes me wonder, could this happen with that game too? I hope not, bro. I hope fucking not. Alright. The beta only feels... Well, no, I meant the connection. The connection... The beta, the gameplay is amazing. The gameplay and everything is perfect. Right? It's miles better than 25. It's miles better than everything. Like, dude, it's just a whole different ball game. They improved on yeah, they actually came out with something this year that everyone's gonna love. So I'm happy with that. I'm talking about that what do you call it? That command delay, that laggy feeling that you get. Like, this is the first game without it I've played in forever, and you guys see the result. But that's what I'm talking about. Is that laggy shitty gameplay, and I'm wondering. Oh, and you're saying because there's players there that aren't causing it. You mean that aren't causing it because it would be easy to get them called out? Talking about connection, yeah. So, but I'm talking about for the stuff the players don't call, like the stuff that is EA's problem. Let's say it's a server. Let's say the amount of people is the problem. Well, then we'd be toast because then, as soon as more people got on, it's going to be bad again. So I really hope it has nothing to do with that. It just, the only reason I think it does is because situations like now where, a game where, damn, I don't know. I just really hope that we don't. The beta has been so good right now. I just hope that we don't turn it on day one when everyone's playing, and next thing you know, we go to shoot and it's delayed 5 seconds. We go to pass, it's delayed 5 seconds. You can barely move. One player has a big advantage because they're not lagged as much. The other, like, I hope we don't have to deal with all that same shit. There's always going to be the cheaters and shit, but I'll tell you this. If the game's as responsive as it is, then they're going to have a much harder time because even now, you can compete through some of the shittier times, even in this game with all the benefits. So in a game that's much quicker, you'll be able to do just fine. Is it going to be annoying sometimes if a player's lag spiking or like trying to fuck with you and shit? Yeah. But it should be at least you can fight it, because there's always going to be those rats. But if you turn on the game, if we turn on 26 and it's the same old like days at a time, weeks at a time, there's terrible delay and you have to be just shocked and super happy when you get gameplay how it should be every time. Well, then it's not worth the investment, The game would be a total waste. So let's just hope that doesn't happen, man. Yeah, I agree. They should be kicked. I wish they could find out somebody the gameplay being. Yeah, no. I hope to God that it won't have something to do with an influx of players for the release, and then it stays like that because there's so many players. I hope that's not. I hope the inconsistent gameplay that we see and all this delay and shit is truly solely based on whatever shit they cut out. They're saying, oh, this animation and this and this and this causes it. We took it out. It's all about consistency and connection and whatever the fuck they say. If that's the case and it remains how it is now, we're great. So only time will tell that. Well, no one will literally be able to know. But I can tell you that if they foreshadowed like, guys, it's going to go back to being bad again, I feel like they would come up with a fix or try their best because they would know they'd be in a meeting and they go, guys, you're telling me once players start filling up the lobbies and everyone buys a game, the gameplay is going to be like last year? If the dude or team of people are like, yeah, absolutely. If I were that person, I'd say unacceptable. Dig in, figure out how to make the game feel better all around. Because if it feels like it did this year for all these players and content creators, we're going to have the biggest loss of players in our history. So, time will tell on that. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get off here, try to get a few hours of shut-eye. I couldn't sleep, so I appreciate you guys coming on. The bottom line is, the control you get in FC, as long as it's not dog shit gameplay with delay and shit, but the actual game itself, these guys, if it was just about the delay and connection and shit, eFootball takes the cake. Even though I know a lot of players complain about, I guess, their location having laggy gameplay in the servers in eFootball, I feel your pain because I get it in FC. But just from the gameplay, assuming it's equal grounds with the connection and stuff, I don't see how anybody in their right mind could ever say, oh, eFootball, Yeah, because of course smart assist is great, and who wants to pick their shot and where it goes and when to make runs, and you know, who don't want to control their players' runs, have the AI running away from easy to feet passes, who don't want to have dynamic shooting, don't want to have manual defense where they have to use their skill to mark and move and defend properly, like, you know. So if you want the best football game based on just gameplay, I just don't see where anybody, unless they're liars or just clueless, are saying like, eFootball, guys, it's amazing. So that's my take. I pretty much rested my case on that. I promise from this point on, the games are going to get criticism based on what I'm seeing. Whether it's positive or negative, I just go with what I'm playing, what I'm seeing on the games. I know most all of you know that, but anybody who's new and starts to see, man, he was real negative all day about. Trust me, if the gameplay like FC was like it normally was, you would have heard, a lot there too. So that's that, guys. I'll continue later. Oh wait, I do gotta play one more game, don't I? Fuck, I'm sitting here talking like I better get it done before I fall asleep is all I gotta say. Or maybe I finished let's see. Yep, I finished it. Thank goodness. I'm tired, man. I'm at that mode where I'm halfway falling asleep. I might have probably, who knows what I was saying some of the time. Like for the most part it was making sense, but I might have, if all of a sudden I'm talking, you hear me go, yeah, I really love the game because of apples and oranges and I can't wait to go to the pumpkin patch. You know that I'm dead tired. It's time for me to go to bed. I've had that happen before, trust me, where I'm trying to push through and stream and all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, guys, the game's awesome, but Kim Kardashian's ass, it would be nice to have as a pillow. Wait, what? I've had it happen, trust me. So, thank you all so much. Make sure you like this stream. Please like all the stuff that you watch. It helps a lot. And please, if you haven't subscribed, man, it goes a long way. Trust me, I know I forget all the time too. But I've gotten a lot better at it, and I'd appreciate your support. Just smash the like button, subscribe. See you on the next one. Peace.